everyone, Lauren Alvin, Out of Pup Dog and Puppy Training. I usually try to put on real clothes for these, but I love this shirt and I wanted to share it. Seniors, the New Puppy by Lovables. They're on Instagram, it's very cute. Nina and I are going to show you a pretty cool behavior that we teach in the Tricks 2 class. So if you graduated Tricks 1 or an equivalent with previous permission. I didn't throw it. Come here. Sit. Wait. Then you can join us and learn this cool one. It is color discrimination. Teach your dog what the colors are. Dogs can see blue and yellow. Everything else is mush, so we choose blue and yellow. You could choose blue and green, so it would just be blue and gray, or yellow and red, so it would just be yellow and gray. But you don't want red and green, because it'd just be gray and gray. And I don't know how fair it would be to ask them to differentiate those, because I'm not a dog. So we're doing blue and yellow. This is the same process you would use if you wanted to teach your dog the name of objects, like their toys, or if you wanted to teach them to read. If you ever seen, I think we did that. Yeah, we did that in a previous Tricks class. Sit, and they sit down and they down, which is reading. They see a visual thing and they respond to it through training. So that's what this is too. There are a couple steps to this. Sit. Nina is at the point where if she's having a good day, I don't know how this will go, she's having a good day about 85% of the time she'll get it right. She's not at the point where we have added the second color yet. Sit. So she still is only working on B-L-U-E. We have not started yellow yet because she's only getting this right 80-85% of the time. So I'm not going to kick it up until she's ready for it. Step number 1, we're going to teach the dog to touch just one color. Sit. You are super eager. Sit. Down. Wait. We're going to teach them to touch just one. Then, when they can do that all over the place, we add a word to it. They can do it anywhere. We're going to get in our position. And then we add this one. But we only want them to touch the one that they know. This is just, you're doing A, not B. Just do A. No matter where it is, which side it's coming on, you're doing this one. When they can do that 100% of the time, sit. Then, and only then, she really wants to do this. Then and only then we go back to 1 and add the word for this. So basically we're teaching them A. A. When they can do that, we go B. B, 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 B. And when they know that, then we can go A, B, B, A, B, B, A, B, B, A, B, A, B, A, B, A, whatever you want to do. But it starts with just 1. So I'll show you Nina's first steps. I like to teach nose targeting for this. You could do paw targeting if you like, totally up to you. If your dog doesn't know nose targeting, teach them because it's super useful. But say they're a beginner, I'm just gonna rub some smell on this. I've got some goodies in one hand, clicker in the other. I'm just gonna click her for touching it, that's all. It landed right here. So hold it out, sniff it, click a treat. You could use your verbal marker too. I will in a bit when my hands are full. I was early there. So once your dog can do this all over the place, they learn, oh, I see blue frisbee or blue object, I boot my nose on it. Then you add a word. You can use whatever word you want. We're gonna use the word that we would use for this color object. Just happens to be the word we're gonna use. Blue, good girl. So now they know, when I hear that sound, blue, I boot my nose on this one. Blue, good girl. Blue, good girl. All right, so they're doing that. They can do it all over the place. Now we want them to know, she's booping the other one. Now can I have it? Thank you, good job, I know. Now we want them to know that you boop your nose on this one, regardless of what other ones are there, all right? So, for Nina, since she's so into this, I have to ask her to sit and wait before I cue her to boop the B-L-U-E. If I just throw her treats back and forth and click and treat her for touching, then she stops thinking about it. She's just like, booping her nose all over stuff and yeah, getting all up in my lap, in my biz, like this, because she's excited. So it might be a good idea to ask your dog to sit and wait, station them, so they can take a breather and then think about what you're asking them instead of just rushing right into it, which is what Nina likes to do. Okay, so I'm gonna get set up. First, I'm gonna get used to my new robot position and what I'm gonna be doing. I want a little pile of treats behind me. I'm gonna wipe that off because I do not want her to just go for the one that has the treats in my hand. If I'm holding them in my hand, she might just be doing that. At this point, I want the dog to only rely on their own cleverness and what we taught them to do this. I don't want them to figure out, oh, okay, it's just the one in your right hand. As long as it's in your right hand, I target it. Or it's the one that you lean to, you know, imperceptibly as soon as you hold it out, or the one you look at, or whatever. They're gonna hold on to those little hints because it makes sense to them and they're brilliant before they go for just the color. If you look up Clever Hans, the counting horse, then you can read about this. But we want to avoid the Clever Hans effect. So I'm going to throw that, get away from me. I'm gonna wait until she's in her position. Come here. Sit. Wait. I'm gonna hold it out in one hand. Blue. Yes. Good job. Toss it. Sit. Wait. Blue. Yes. Good girl. All right, we've got some successes. Now I'm gonna add in the wild card. Sit. Wait. Blue. She got it wrong. She doesn't get paid. Let's try again. Sit. Wait. Blue. Yes, good girl. Go ahead. All right, I'm gonna do it the same order. Sit. Wait. The blue has been in my left hand. Blue. She got it wrong anyway. Sit. Wait. Blue. Yes, good job. Now I'm gonna switch it. I'm also trying to get her, sit, facing me head on each time. Blue. Yes, good job. Because that's another thing that could throw them off. If you're at an angle from them, then they might figure out it's just whichever one's closest. Sit. Wait. Blue. Yes, good girl. We want to remove all variables besides the color so they figure out what we want them to figure out. Sit. Wait. Blue. Yes, good girl. Good job. So at this stage, when they're pretty new, sit with the two colors. I'll do, you know, 2 or 3, 1, 2 or 3 there, and then I'm not going to go back and forth really rapidly. Blue. Yes. So it's not going to be a total guessing game each time. Sit. But I do want to be careful. Blue. Yes. That I'm not setting up big, long stretches of, you know, my color in the right hand or my color in the left hand. Sit. Wait. Blue. Yes. Because again, that's what they're going to start falling into. What is it that they want me to do? What is this puzzle I'm solving? Oh, it's just the one in the left hand. That's easy. Sit. Wait. Blue. They get it wrong. We try again. Sit. I also recommend not narrating a video while you do this. Wait. Blue. Yes. Here. So you're trying to be robotic about this. I'm trying to remove any hints I could be giving her. Sit. About which one I want her to touch. Wait. Blue. Yes. And letting her rely on her own smarts to figure it out. You want to randomize it so they're not figuring out. Sit. You're not getting Clever Hans phenomenon. Who was clever, but not what we're looking for. Wait. Oh. Wait. Blue. Yes, good girl. And like I said, if it helps your dog to station, do that. Ask them for a sit or a wait. Sit. Or both. Wait. Blue. Good job. Thank you. Sit. Wait. Blue. If she makes several mistakes in a row, I'm going to give it to her. Sit. Either give her a treat because I don't want her to get discouraged, or I'm going to put the one that I want her to target in that hand she keeps going to. Blue. Try again. Sit. Wait. Blue. Yes, good girl. Good job. Good job. I don't want her to make, sit. Wait, I don't want her to make too many mistakes in a row. They'll get discouraged and they'll just start, it'll fall apart. Wait. Blue. Yes. They'll be learning how to make mistakes, not learning what you want them to know. So, this is about where Nina's skills are right now. When she can get it right all the time, no matter where I put them, or you know what pattern they're in, how frequently I put them in one or the other, Then we'd go back to step 1 and I would teach her yellow. I should learn my colors. I would teach her yellow. Then we'd progress a little bit faster up to, step 4 where we have them both out. But even then, I just focus on, we do a yellow session one day and then we do a blue session the other day. I wouldn't do yellow and blue cues in the same session until they were really, really super good at it. And even then, you're gonna kind of toss it in and see how it goes. So your session might be, okay, my dog's been doing blue and doing yellow really well separately. We're gonna do a blue session and maybe like 3 times I'm gonna ask them for a yellow in there. And if they get it right, the next time, like 7 times, I'm gonna ask them for a yellow in there. And if they get that right, then we can do, we'll start doing randomly. Give this a go. I found these at the dollar store. You could find like party plates. I've used cones. I've got like colored little like soccer cones. I've got paw pods. Anything you can find, those buckets, whatever you like, that's like primary blue and primary yellow. Those are the easiest ones. But like I said, you could do this with toys, you could do this with random objects, whatever you like. It's just figuring out the difference between objects and putting a sound to it. So discrimination exercises. It's good brain work, it gets you talked out, and it makes you smarty pants. Let me know if you have any questions or requests. The tricks class starts October 11th. It's on Tuesdays. Tricks 1, we don't do this fancy stuff in, I don't think. I think we do toys. But tricks 2, we do the fancy stuff, the fancy nerdy brainy stuff. So if that's your jam, then sign on up. Games night's gonna be October 26th. I think it's 26th or 27th. Last Friday, 7:30. We're gonna be playing Ghost, which is like horse, but a different word, and with dog tricks instead of basketball, because sports are dumb. And a pumpkin patch treat search. So, 2 ends of the skills spectrum. Again, questions or requests? Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.